Hey, beautiful souls. How you doing? Happy Friday. It's Gina here. I wanted to talk to you about the one thing that you could do that's going to have the greatest impact on your physical health, your emotional well-being, your mental health, your relationships, your success in business, your depth of gratitude, your feelings of fulfillment and joy and happiness. The one thing that's going to have a greater impact even than improving your nutrition, than increasing your level of physical activity, even more impactful than quitting smoking, quitting drinking, and sleeping more. The one thing the research is showing across the board that's going to have the greatest impact on up-leveling your life in every way, including your longevity, and that is connecting to tribe, finding your tribe. Think for a moment about our ancestral experience. Our very survival counted on the fact that we were part of a tribe. Think hunter-gatherer. So a place where we can feel safe, we can be seen, we can be protected, taken care of. Our food is being provided for us. But what's not so apparent in today's day and age is how critical that is for our physical, mental, emotional well-being. And so if you look at social media and you look at ways that we're looking for, constantly looking for connection, and we come to social media to get these little hits, they're like dopamine hits of connection because they're so vitally essential to our well-being. Our body knows what it needs. And that's why social media is so addictive. What the research is showing is that isolation and feelings of loneliness are the #1 contributing factor to the deterioration of our physical health and our emotional well-being. That includes anxiety and stress and overwhelm. And we see this in our children in the next generation. So what I want to talk to you about today are things to consider as you're looking for tribe. There are 3 elements of a really strong tribe. #1 is you really want to get clear on, first of all, what tribe means for you. So think back to a moment when you have felt really connected to something. Maybe it was at a music concert. I remember seeing like Phil Collins and Prince and Sade and Earth, Wind and Fire and singing the songs with thousands of people in an auditorium and how amazing that felt. Think about when a baby's born to a family and everybody kind of comes together and, is surrounded just with the hope and the love and the joy that a new baby brings to a family and that new baby smell. I know that when the Toronto Blue Jays won the World Series championship 2 years in a row in the 1990s, I was a teenager. I remember running down the streets of Toronto with my brother and his friends and hugging random strangers and high-fiving people and just feeling part of something bigger than myself. That's the feeling that you're going for. So the 3 things you want to consider is #1, a tribe comes together because they have common values. So the first thing you want to consider is, what do you value the most? What are like your top 3 values? Maybe it's health, maybe it's the environment, maybe it's social change, maybe it's empowerment, maybe it's taking the safety of animals, spirituality. It doesn't really matter what it is, but it's something that is very important to you, something that's one of your top 3 values. So think about what your value is. #2, you want to be part of a tribe where there's a win-win energy exchange. So many tribes, and this is an old paradigm that's now crumbling, is based on the expert paradigm, where there's like a person who's leading the tribe and everybody else is like just the sheep that just come and they just take. They're just there to receive. But true fulfillment and being part of a tribe is really about energy exchange. So look for a tribe where you can contribute, whether it's your opinion, your experience, your expertise, your creativity, somewhere where there's an exchange of value, because true fulfillment and being part of a tribe is really about the give and the take. It's like offering something and receiving something. And that's the energy of a really healthy tribe. That's missing in most tribes, especially on social media. It's usually a place where we go to get stuff instead of to look at where we can give. The third thing that you want to consider when picking a tribe is there's got to be some sort of action. So just being part of a place where everybody's like rah-rah or just talking about green juices and how wonderful they are is nice, but to take it to the next level, to really impact and up-level your life in all areas, is there needs to be an action, a forward motion. It could be something that you're all working towards together, or it could be something that you're working on individually and really coming together to hold one another accountable. But there needs to be some sort of level of progress. So ideally, a tribe has something that you're all shooting for together, something you're working on together as a community. So to wrap this video, think about tribe. Finding the right tribe includes 3 elements. Number 1, it's the top values that you all have in common. Number 2, it's a place where you can give and take. There's an energy exchange. And number 3, it's a place where you're moving towards something, where action is required. Progress is part of the equation. And those are the 3 elements of an ideal tribe. What I want you to do below is just comment what are one of the top 3 values that you hold true to yourself. I have spent so many years as an entrepreneur cultivating community and tribe. And it's not for altruistic purposes. I don't want to save the world, but it's because I realize it's what I want. For so much of my life, I felt like the outsider, the black sheep. I felt disconnected, and I wasn't happy just skimming the surface. That's often what we do in social media, right? We skim the surface and get those little dopamine hits of likes and comments. And I've met some wonderful people on social media, but where the real fruit comes, where the real impact comes, is those deep dives. And those deep dives happen in tribe. And so look for your tribe. Set that as your intention. There are so many wonderful tribes out there, and look for those 3 things. But comment below, what are your top 3 or one of your top 3 values? And let's see if we can get this party started. You know I love you. Have a great weekend.